What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So today we're going to go back into the online arbitrage and I'm going to show you how to get free products, practically unlimited free products. It's really up to you how much you want to take and put into this, but I'm going to show you how to get free products to your door that you can then resell for 100% margin. Now, I've never talked about this business model on this actual channel. I've never talked about this period, and so this is something I want to bring to you guys today to give you a little bit of value. Now, full disclosure, this is something that might rub some people the wrong way. There's always people in the comments or people that react that are like,
Brian, you're a bad role model. You can't be showing people how to do these types of things. This is stealing.
and then there's also the other side of that spectrum where people, come in and they appreciate the transparency. So, obviously, I do, I'm not here to pretend like, oh, I'm some master online arbitrage seller that never makes a mistake and never, always every single flip is 1000% profit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I make great flips sometimes and I know how to utilize other business models that are more surefire, like the wholesale arbitrage, like the coupon arbitrage, like, the liquidation arbitrage and all the other stuff that I go over on this channel. I am good at it, obviously, but I do mix in, whether you're talking about like online arbitrage or other business models that I implement, I do mix in some kind of gray hat strategies like this to also help supplement some of my income. So, full transparency, if you do appreciate the transparency in this video, because I'm sure there will be other people that don't, please hit that like button, comment down below, and let me know that you appreciate it. So, what is this business model? How can you implement it, and how can you get free products to your door by doing so? Well, what I call this is promo arbitrage, right? So it's promotional arbitrage. And what you want to use is you want to use promotional websites that basically cater to businesses and give them free products so that they can test them out. So if they want to place an order to promote their products at like a trade show, or hand out products to their customers, or hand out like polo shirts or bags to their employees, this is the type of clientele that you're going to do. Now, 4imprint used to be a wholesale website that I used to source some of my private label products on within the US, and I've also used other ones as well. A lot of people use AliExpress and Alibaba to do stuff like that. I preferred to keep it in the US, so I have experience using promotional websites and wholesale websites a lot like 4imprint. So that's the first one that we're going to go over, and I'm going to show you how to get free samples to your door that you can then resell for 100% profit margin, okay? Keep in mind, though, that some of these you are going to have to call. So there are not just, I'm going to go over 3 specific examples in today's video, but there aren't just 3, there aren't just 10, there aren't just 20, there's probably a good 100, if not more. In fact, there is definitely more. You just have to find them. In my Online Arbitrage Pro course, I went through and outlined about 15 to 20, and obviously I say, I'm not trying to make this module like 100 lectures long, so just Google some other ones, and that's exactly what you can do too. Google some other ones, you can find them. You want to build up a database of maybe like 50 to 100 and then request them every so often, because if you just keep it with one website, right? You just keep it with Pinnacle Promotions, or you just keep it with 4imprint, and you keep requesting the same free sample over and over and over again, or use the same website to request free samples, sooner or later they're going to catch on to the fact that you're never buying. So you have to space it out. You have to build up like kind of like a portfolio of promotional websites, and it's very, very easy to do. Now, this is just one, to get off on a tangent really fast, this is just one of the business models, and this is kind of like a gray, hat strategy business model that I teach in my Online Arbitrage Pro 2.0 course, which you can always find, first link in the description, if you want to go ahead and grab it. So let's hop into the business model. How can you use these promo websites to get free products to your door? Then where can you resell them to make 100% profit margin, and what kind of margins can you expect, right? So I prefer to sell these on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay, okay? Those are the 3 sites that I recommend that you sell these promotional products on for this business model. The reason you're not selling them back on Amazon is because there's no product listing yet created on Amazon for the majority of things that you're going to claim here, like you're going to see here in a second, right? So you don't want to go out and create a product listing and try to rank it, because you only have one product and it's not going to work that way, right? You also don't want to spend money to get a new ASIN and new labels, right? A new barcode and stuff. So you're not going to sell these back on Amazon. Keep that in mind. You're only selling them back on resale websites like Poshmark, which is exactly what I'm going to show you here in a second, because I go after clothing a lot of times, or clothing accessories, and obviously on Poshmark they recently introduced the home goods, so you can sell a lot of other stuff that aren't just clothing, and they have plans to expand. I'm not going to get too much into Poshmark right here, but you can sell a lot of different things on Poshmark now, not just clothing. So I prefer to sell on Poshmark. I'll also list that same item on Mercari, and I'll also list it on eBay. And typically it sells, within the week, and then that's like $10 or $15 or $20 or $5, depending on whatever my margin is. And you can utilize this and scale it up to like 50 to 100 promotional items a month if you have enough websites, and then just continue to do that every single month and make good money doing it. So what do I mean by that? How can you do this? How can you implement it? So I'm going to show you, like I said, the first website we are here on is forimprint.com. So if I wanted to shop like apparel, or maybe I wanted to go out and get a bag, right? I've recently done this with sweatshirts. So let's just hypothetically say I wanted to sell like a performance t-shirt or a performance like polo or something like that. You know what? Let's go jackets and vests since it's right here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through the jackets and vests, and I'm going to go ahead and say that I want to potentially get this one right here. And you have to know, and you're going to know this the more you implement it, which websites you can claim what on, right? So some of the websites you can only claim one item on, and you can request one item. Some of them you can claim like 2 or 3, and some of them you have to actually call and you can't request. So we're going to go over the call script here in a second to what to say for them to send you free items. We're also going to go over, the kind of how you want to strategize it to get multiple items on a site like ForImprint. But keep in mind that they all don't give you multiple items. Some of them have a limit of 1 item. Some of them have a limit of like $10, right? You can't claim a sample of something over $10, or you have to pay the extra above $10, right? Some of them, the limit is $15. Some of them it's 20, some of it's 30, and some of them it has no limit as long as you stay within reason, like ForImprint. So what I would do specifically on ForImprint, right? Because I've done this in the past, and I actually have purchased from them in the past, so they practically send me whatever I want, is what I would do is I would request about 3 jackets, and then if they asked me, after I requested why I requested 3 jackets, I would be like, well, I'm about to, potentially place an order for jackets, and I'm kind of trying to vet some different jackets to see which one's the highest quality and which one I want to manufacture long-term and put a bulk order in for, right? Then that means they're going to send me 3 free jackets in the mail that I can then resell back online for 100% margin. You see that they wholesale here for about 15 to 30 bucks a piece, right? So I can easily sell these back on Poshmark for 15 to 20 bucks, probably more realistically like 30 to maybe 50 bucks because they're jackets, right? That's the wholesale price. That's not the retail price or the MSRP of what you can potentially expect to make. So keep that in mind. It's going to depend on the products that you're buying and a lot of different factors. It's hard to put all of this into one specific video for you, but I'm going to do my best. So what I would do is I might request this one. I might request this one. I might request this one. And chances are, because I placed an order in the past, they're going to send them all to me without any hassle. But sometimes you'll notice that some of these websites might reach out to you via phone if you can request them, or some of them might reach out to you via email and be like, hey, we saw you request a sample for X, Y, and Z. We're going to send you the sample X. Why did you request Y and Z as well? What's your plan for this? And that's when it comes in with like the script that we're going to go over when you have to call some of them here in a second. To basically say, hey, I'm thinking about placing a bulk order of like 100 of these, but I want to kind of see which one I want to, manufacture long term. And all they really want to do, because they're not in the business of sending random people free samples, all you really want to do is convey that you're a potential buyer, convey that you're a potential business owner, and that you're looking to buy a bulk order of these, and you're just kind of trying to vet which product is right for you and your business, right? And that's how you get it, and that's how you basically want to pitch them. So as you'll see here, if I'm scrolling down on this product page, they're going to send me this micro fleece jacket right here for free to my door. Now it's either going to come blank with no logo, or it's going to come with a random logo because it's a sample, right? But you're getting it for free, and then you can potentially resell it back for 100% margin on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay, and I do this all the time. And the way that you're going to do it on ForImprint is you're going to simply hit request free sample and then put in your shipping info. Boom. It's that simple, right? And you can do that with a couple of it. However, I recommend only requesting, depending on the site, maybe 1 to 3 products a month. You're not doing this a lot. You're not abusing it. And then you can continue to build out your list of promo websites to like 50 to 100, and then continually every month, just like maybe like 9.6. I come back. It's currently 8.6. You can't see it because my face is in the way. But if we pull this up, it's currently 8.6. So maybe like 9.6, right? I go back and I request 3 more. And then 10.6, I go back and I request 2 more, right? And then on, maybe 8.7, I do it from another website. And maybe 9.7, I do it from another website. And so on and so forth. So you want to build out your catalog of promo websites. And that's how you're going to get a number of free products to your door by doing this. It's very, very simple, right? So Like I said, I'm not going to hit request free sample because it's going to show you all my info and like my shipping address and stuff, but you don't just have to do that from 4imprint. You can do that from another number of other places. So if you go to Pinnacle Promotions right here, let's say hypothetically, and the reason I do it with clothing too is because if I only go after something that I can't sell back on Poshmark, then I'm only limited to sell on it eBay and Mercari, right? So I want to go after something that I can sell on all three to potentially, list it on all three and make the sale on all three platforms. Because if I list it on Poshmark, then I only can potentially sell it on Poshmark, right? But if I list it on Mercari, eBay, and Poshmark, then I have three potential chances, three potential customer bases to sell it to for potential higher margins on each, right? And I have a better chance to sell it for that profit margin faster, okay? You just have to make sure that if you sell it on one, you delete it on the others, obviously. That goes without saying. It's common sense. So I might look into like backpacks here on Pinnacle Promotions, right? Maybe I want to get a backpack. So let's say like I went after like this backpack right here, right? I wanted to sell this Vista backpack. I could get this to my door for free. The manufacturer price is like $11.99. All I would do is simply hit product sample and request a free sample of the product. Same thing with Pinnacle Promotions. Now, same exact thing with Promo Direct right here, right? So same thing with like a polo shirt. If I want to get a polo shirt, I could simply go, okay, I want to get maybe this polo shirt right here, and then I would come find request sample, put in my information, and blah, blah, blah. That's how it goes. And then I'd resell all those products back on Mercari, Poshmark, and eBay for 100% margin. And this is very easy to scale because there's so many promo websites that you can utilize, and you can continually just cycle through them if you don't abuse it. Now, like I did touch on before, you do have to call some of them. So I gave you 3 good examples of places where you can literally just hit the request button and put in your address and they'll send it to you as long as you don't abuse it. But some of them you will notice that if you Google some of them, they don't have like a request button. So you do have to call them. If you do have to call them, the script that I recommend using is simply coming from that same business owner perspective, right? It's like you want to request like product, like maybe you want to request like 3 different polos. Let's pretend that I had to call Promo Direct, right? So I would get their number and I would get ready on the phone with them to call them, and I might pick out like this number and this one right here, right? And so I'm gonna make sure that I know the where is it? The number. I'm not gonna find it right here, but you basically want to just say, okay, Adidas Golf Climate Basic Performance Polo, and they're gonna ask you for the number right here, item number 23,674. Then you also want to get this one, item number 19642, and this one, and then you're going to get 3 free shirts to your door. And they're going to ask you, well, why are you requesting 3 shirts? Like, what is your intentions here? Why should we send them to you? And basically, you're not saying like, hey, I just wanted some free shirts. Thanks for sending them to me, because obviously they're not in the business of sending you free merchandise, right? Nobody. You want to come from the business owner perspective, and you're basically saying, you're going to call up and you want, whoever you get, you want to say like, hi, I was looking to manufacture, a polo shirt for my company, or maybe you even want to come from the private label perspective, right? For like Amazon, right? That's something I use all the time. So I call them up and I'm basically like, hey, I was looking to manufacture like 100 polo shirts, to sell back on Amazon under my brand name. However, I'm not really sure which one's right for my business yet. So like I kind of wanted to sample this one, and this one to see which one I want to manufacture long-term and place a bulk order for, right? If you say that to them, I guarantee you they send you all 3 of those like that right to your door, because you basically subtly said you plan on ordering and you subtly communicated that you're a potential customer. And that is how you use promo websites to get free products to your door to then resell for 100% profit margin. So if you like this video, if you appreciate the transparency and you appreciate the content value in today's video, hit that like button. I really, really appreciate it. And it goes a long way to help rank the video in the YouTube algorithm. Furthermore, if you guys are interested in learning not just this, but 9 other online arbitrage business models that are a little bit more serious and a little bit more like online arbitrage-y, this is kind of like gray hat, like I said, or black hat for lack of a better word, you can go ahead. There's first link in the description, Online Arbitrage Pro, and that's always linked in the description for any video that you're on. So hope you guys like this video, and with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.